EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From the world-famous Pebble Beach Golf Links, live second-round coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. A number of folks in contention, including our leader, and that is going to miss the fairway as his opening tee shot is in the rough.
It's okay, not ideal, but manageable from there.
Good soft hands. That is nicely done. This one is in the fingers, all about feel and touch for birdie. Oh, boy, I gotta hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Safely in. It's a par here at first, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich, off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup. Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
Now, from way down there, a good look at a second to the par 5. I like the looks of this one. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Yes, a great putt there. It's an eagle here at the second to move him to 2 under par. This is a pretty hole, the third. 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option. If you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself a very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie.
Those trees are like brick walls today. Hit that and went straight down into the rough.
Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay the third.
Big drive off the third tee, but ball has found this primary rough. Going to be tough to hold the green because everything that hits the surface wants to bounce forward toward the ocean.
Nah, just caught it fat out of the rough. Never had a chance of reaching, and now it is time to regroup and try to escape with a par. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll remain one shot back. Frank, this is where it becomes really obvious where you are. You're at Pebble Beach. There's the Pacific Ocean, and this begins that magnificent 7-hole stretch right along the ocean. A fun hole, not long, 331 yards up the hill. We're at the fourth.
Yeah, and each one of those 7 holes that you refer to, Rich, there's a common theme, which is don't look right, because that's pretty much the ocean the whole way around. And this one here, that decision has to be made. 330 to the front of the green. If there's a hint of a breeze, you could try and drive it. Otherwise, really, you've got to worry about that pot bunker. It's between 230 and 250 yards. But as I first said, do not go right.
Now, gonna have to try and get this out and let it run. That's how you can take advantage of this course. Big drive, fine bunker shot, and a good look coming up for a 3. Oh, no, that's not staying out, is it? Oh, boy. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he's going to remain one shot off the pace. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fifth. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. Okay, fortunate there. That ball hops onto the green, and he'll be left with that for his birdie. Birdie putt coming up, down to Nota.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hands and the wrists quiet and get it started online.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And that's going to move him to 6 under par. Well, now Pebble Beach begins to really open up with some of the most famous holes in the world. We'll begin with a 498-yard par 5 sixth. Pacific Ocean on the right and a row of bunkers on the left. Treacherous is a word that comes to mind. Well, we've seen people still reach the green in 2 from here, but it's going to be a tough task as that tee shot offline and in the bunker. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5. But Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. And with it, he'll take over the top spot on the leaderboard here on this Friday.
Frank, there are certain spots in sport that kind of steal your breath. Starters Gate at the Kentucky Derby, home plate at Fenway Park, maybe top of the hill if you ski at Kitzbühel, 7th tee at Pebble Beach. Absolutely is one of those special places.
Just over 100 yards, Rich. It's the ultimate, I don't know, piece of cake. Where that's what it looks like, but then you try and taste it, and you want a little more, and then you realize that you've just bitten off more than you can chew.
And a rare missed green there, at least as far as this round is concerned, as that'll come up short off the tee. Still work to do to get this on the green. This his second.
Just when the train was starting to pick up speed with those back-to-back birdies, then all of a sudden, could be derailed.
That's how you salvage a hole. Things were going a little sideways, right? But boom, in the hole from off the green, and that is a welcome par. We head now to the 416-yard 8th hole, one of the premier par 4s in golf. Fairway wood or long iron off the tee, giving way to a long approach over the cliffs and a yawning chasm below. Oh, that came out funny, and it started way left. And now, problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee. But you got to be careful not to catch the hosel here as he lines up his second.
Now, there's a good strike in there, just a little left of the hole, but inside 10 feet. And it's about 50-50 chance on the PGA Tour of making a birdie.
Okay, right on line. That's a birdie here at the 8th. And that's going to move him to 8 under. The thing about Pebble Beach is it's easy to lose focus, stare off the horizon, the Pacific Ocean, and all that beauty that surrounds you. But then you remember, and I'm playing the 9th hole here. This is one of the hardest par 4s in the world. Pay attention. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
So he should be able to get a full club on this, but the ball below his feet for his second.
Good shot again there. Well thought out. Landing the ball short, letting the ball run onto the green. And inside, I'd call that a birdie putt. So that's birdie range.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And that is going to go in the books as a 30 on the front side, 5 under par.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but looking in on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right. Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but it is long.
So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
This has a little bit of uphill to it, working back to the right at the end.
Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
So that in for par to start this backside. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So after that bomb of a drive, this his second to the par 4. Well, safely on, but that's going to be a long way away. Down to Iona, this for birdie.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So that crushed in for par here at 11, and this will remain a one-shot advantage.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he's going to remain at 8 under. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breeder on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. This one turning left a bit off the tee. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
Well, he's left himself 121 yards to the hole. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Nah, the putter bails him out there. That's in for a par. And he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. Safely back into the fairway. That was the job at hand, and it's a good end result. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. Okay, good putt. And the par here at 14. And he'll remain right where he is. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beach. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list, but you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one on which you can make a birdie. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. Chance now for another birdie.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Nope, good effort, but that's got to wander a few feet by. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll stay right where he is.
Par 4, 16th hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee?
You don't need driver here for a start, Rich. It's a long iron or even, a fairway wood. Now, you see that big gaping bunker in the middle of the fairway? That's not really in play. 205 yards gets over that. But that's the line. If you look closely up the right there, those two bunkers, you just see a little sliver of the bunker, the left of the two on the right. That's sort of a no-no. So anything slightly left of that runs out about sort of 280 yards, that is prime.
Oh, off the cart path.
Yeah, it might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot. Nope. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll remain right where he is. From Jack at the 1972 U.S. Open to Tom Watson, the same championship, 1982. The 182-yard par 3 penultimate hole at Pebble Beach has provided historical drama time after time. Okay, center of the green. Good shot. Now this for another birdie.
Well, I've really been impressed with how he's handled the speed on the greens, but this one is going to be a tester down the hill.
That had a pretty good line. Very close to going in. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, you don't need to say a whole lot. 18T, Pebble Beach.
It's such a beautiful finishing hole, Rich. Two of my favorites really are this hole here, just looking at that tee shot, and the 18th at St. Andrews because of exactly where you are. But this hole, when you look at the water there, Stillwater Cove, it's so beautifully framed by the bunkers. And then when you start to look at the tee shot, you start to notice what the designer's done, just leaving the tree there in the middle of the fairway. So the decision is, do I play short, left, or right? And it's not the only tree on the hole, too, because that upcoming second shot, you have another tree short right to contend with. But if there's ever a hole you want a birdie to finish, this is the one.
This started toward the left side. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second. to the par 5.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the greenside bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Pretty good. All that remains for a birdie 4. Okay, it's a nice finish, a birdie at 18. And this will be another round in the 60s. This one better than yesterday. It is a 66 in round 2. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
The course was good. It was gettable for some, but in the end, it really gave you what you deserve, just the way we want it.
And that'll do it for our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.